Facebook that we can have a full screen that I will put in YouTube as a show. And now I have to stop to talk. Some signal.
Yeah, it's on.
It's on?
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, so we are very happy to be here again in the big studio of San Francisco Commons with Myrna Lim, that she has her own TV program, Myrna Lim Life.
Yes, thank you.
And Jennifer Glee and with Planet Glee. Okay, so today is a big day for the three of us because it's the first time, first to be together, and we are three producers, and so we will present the content of our three shows for the next month. Okay, so I have to say something that I am involved in some important cultural event and artistic event concerning the world. We know that you are many in San Francisco, of course, Bay Area, California, USA, and many other continents, especially Asia. She originates from Philippines. I am very close to Philippines for my film Constacayo, Dr. Rizal, about the hero of Philippines, Dr. Jose Rizal, direction of Jason Zavaleta. Also the film got, the cameraman got the Academy Award from Hollywood 2 years ago. And so I am involved with Pasolini and Dario Bellezza that Pasolini launched the great poet Dario Bellezza, and I'm making a lot of movies about that, and also encouraged me Mr. Marco Beltrame from Rome is researched about the theater of Dario Bellezza. And also after that, with Jennifer, we have to go to shot her Fellini Mastorna. You know, the film legend Federico Fellini, my mentor, never finished Mastorna, so this is a big news. But before to interview Jennifer, I like to interview Myrna Lim about the content of her program in next month.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, so I've been producing with the San Francisco Public Access and now with SF Commons since 2007. And basically, it's a passion that I'm pursuing in storytelling and being able to tell the audience what I perceive is happening with the world. It's pretty much a bygone conclusion that people cannot really rely on the corporate media to tell us the truth. There's always that discrepancy about what the corporate media says, CNN, MSNBC, and all those entities, the corporate entities. There's always a huge discrepancy between what they're telling us and people's real life experiences. So therefore, public access to me became a modem, became an instrument where I feel like the real people's experiences and life stories and what people are really going through can be told. And that's what public access is about. And I'm very passionate about that. So in the last 9 months, I've produced 2 documentaries. And my show is evolving as time goes by. It used to be that, we used to interview community leaders, and we still do, or people running for public office or specific issues, specific legislation at that time. But because of what's going on in the world today, how the world is evolving to something that concerns a lot of people, then my work has been evolving into a documentary.
This is very, very important,
Right.
really, for
Right.
the world.
One of the documentaries that we produced over 6 months ago is called The Great Reset. The Great Reset, this is the last free generation. And basically, it talks about, what the World Economic Forum, the global elite, was driving the world into. Klaus Schwab, who is the principal, and Bill Gates and so forth behind the Great Reset, is driving humanity into a world where it only works for the very rich and the very powerful people.
So
and
this creates, of course, the consequence of big conflict.
Exactly.
It's a big, huge conflict.
Right. And then the last documentary is called Pick a Side, Freedom or Slavery.
Right.
And there, Catherine Austin Fitz, who used to work for Nixon Bush of all people, an investment banker, she's talking about the danger that we're facing today, about how the powerful people wants a digital currency. The central bank of the world wants a digital currency, which is basically a mechanism to surveil people. And they're microchipping people, and it looks like they're proponents of what would be transhumanism. So we're losing our essence as a humanity. These are big issues.
Of course.
And so I thought, I really want to take this on. If there's anything I want to contribute to humanity,
right.
It's to inform
everybody
like what is really going on. Where are we going today? Because people are sensing that there's something wrong, something terribly wrong, but they can't put a finger on it because the media tells them, oh, everything is fine.
The people is distracted from a lot of things
exactly.
with some precise goal, and so they can't, they lost the connection. This is the will of somebody that is the author of that, and so all the world is involved. So of course the action of Myrna Lim is incredibly important by documentary and by this channel of television.
Right. So and I'm glad we have a platform with public access to do just that. It's a major passion. It's a major contribution. It's a major sacrifice because, guys, none of us make. we have our day jobs to support this passion because we feel, at least for me, that this is a way to serve humanity, right? Our job is to make lives better for the next generation. Our future is behind us.
As human beings, we can't tolerate this kind of situation in a way. So we are involved in art, you too, because documentary, this is a journalist issue, and so I'm glad to have been collaborating with these two journalists, and it's an amazing thing. So hopefully, knock on wood, we'll keep on doing it, and hopefully, people wake up. If one person sees it, then another person sees it, and the word spreads like a ripple effect in an ocean. And when you throw a stone in a pond, there's a ripple effect, and that's the goal. It's for
the information to the masses of humanity to wake up and think, you know, we gotta take the power back into our own hands, and hopefully that works. And I think we're sensing that. So anyway, that's the gist of our story.
Okay, so
Okay.
thank you immensely. And when the kind audience can see your show?
I think we have a regular shows. We've been, I think the first and the third Thursdays of the month, and then we have, well, we had channel 29 and 26, and
Anyway, they can contact bayvac.org.
SF Commons, yeah.
And SF Commons,
Yeah, right.
and so it will be possible
Right.
in television to find the program.
Right.
Is weekly, because
Right.
we have weekly programs.
Right.
Myrna Lim.
Right, and you can also go to the website BayVac, Bay Area Video Coalition, and then go to
Definitely.
SF Commons. And the
The
producers,
website, the producers.
our show's time will be there.
Yes.
We're like in a state of flux right now as far as programming, but with the hard work of people of BayVac and SF Commons, we're getting back in the groove.
Yes.
This COVID thing really,
Yes.
it's been a
And
real challenge.
yes, so thank you. And
Thank you.
I have to say that was a big discovering a few days ago about the text, the drama about Shakespeare that reappeared from 402 years ago. This was donated by the King Frederick IV in 1709 from May to my ancestor Andrea Quinto in Vicenza, close to Venice, and my ancestor was proclaimed by the king Count of Wardal. Then was practically lost the text, and my ancestor, after Andrea Quinto, Countess Lucrezia of Wardal, find again and translated in Italian, then came to me, and finally now is ready. But the text is exactly about the condition of humanity, as Myrna said. So it's really interesting for all the people because Shakespeare is about Shakespeare and much more. Shakespeare, of course, also in Hamlet work about the human soul. So human soul is the same almost, no? So, and of course, as I said, I have to say a big news because will be in San Francisco a global legend, my friend, Dr. Professor Zaki Hawass. Of course, you know Professor Zaki Hawass because always when there is some big discovering, archaeological discovering in Egypt, of course, Professor Zaki Hawass informs the world, and on August 20th will be in the Young Museum in San Francisco the opening of the colossal exhibition about the pharaoh Ramses the Great. Okay, so this is a worldwide event, so we prepare ourselves for this circumstance. And now I gave, so Count Wardal TV show is every week too, on Monday at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, before of Planet Glee, that is the same day at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Actually 10:30.
10:30, sorry, it's 10:30 because our time is 25 minutes. And so now I gave to Jennifer Glee about her program, and of course about Fellini Mastorna and Anthony Rammel. Please, Jennifer.
Thank you, Federico. And it was interesting to listen to Myrna and talk about you know, your show and when you started. And I actually began with public access TV around 2003 as a guest of a person who was in his later years. He was called Bro Judd Presmont, and the name of the show was called Bro Judd on Love Energy. And so what I would do for the show is I would play music with the band, and then also I would pick out readings for the show, and Judd was very involved with the tech world and what was happening with the tech world and how it was affecting us. And The Rise of the Creative Class was the book that was like the Bible of the show. And then in 2007 we started the live series, and I began with Planet Glee as my live series. And what I liked about that was that it was a live show. We could take calls. The public was involved. You know, we were involved in the community. And Planet Glee started as an art and music show, basically a music show. I had practically everyone that came on the show was a performer of some sort, whether played music, wrote music, or was in theater or films. And at that time also I started taking classes in filmmaking and classes in acting at City College. And so when the live series ended around the end of 2009, I had made my first couple of films. So I was really excited about that, and I used to be a visual artist, a painter, so for me film was like, because it incorporates music and the moving image, was just the next stage, the next way to go. So Planet Glee has like had many musical guests from the Bay Area and people across the country, and actually France, London, and right now, when Planet Glee finally starts again, we're going to have people who are involved in veganism, trying to promote climate change. Or there's one woman who's going to come on.
Climate change, of course.
There's one woman who comes on, who will be coming on for the first time on my show, who dresses as a Marvel comic character of her own. She's her own character, but her whole thing is promoting ways that people can learn how to recycle, to do things that, you know, I think the corporate culture really has, I don't know if it's trying to promote negative ideas about climate change, but it's certainly not helping with people really learning about how to you know, work toward the environment. And you know, anytime Greta Thunberg comes to the United States, she's only seen on Democracy Now!, which Democracy Now! is our link to New York and the media, and that's our public access across the country. So yeah, I'm very happy to be working on a film with Federico and an up-and-coming actor named Anthony James Rummel, who's been on Planet Glee. He was on Planet Glee last summer, a year ago. We'll be doing what Federico has written it, and I think it's
no,
very...
I am not written that, because the story is, totally not, the story is that Federico Fellini sent to me a scene of Mastorna in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, after I think 2 years, he died. And so I just reread the scene. I change something with the plain respect of the global star and my friend and my mentor Federico Fellini. And really, the character of Anthony was there. And it's a very interesting scene, and where Fellini confess something why he never finished Mastorna, even he had constantly a big financial support. And so will be very, very, very interesting the issue, because also there is some human aspect. You know, we are together with Myrna Lim and Jennifer Glee to speak about humanity, you know, something that can interesting every people. And so I already almost in my channel YouTube I realized Mastorna Fellini, but it's only reels. But Jennifer is speaking about her film, her movie with Anthony Rummel and I. Anthony will be a very interesting character, a silent actor. And I can tell the story, of course, and me, I will be a fortune teller. You know that Federico Fellini was very involved in magical things, etc., etc. So I don't have idea about the time that we have until now, and so maybe somebody have to tell us, but we will continue the TV program until somebody can say us the time is over. So I really am very, very happy to have so great guests as Myrna Lim and Jennifer Glee. And so this is, of course, is a purpose to cooperate together, because I think, not I think, is the matter, not I think, I don't think anything. It means we are three of us involved for the benefit of the planet, of the human being. So, and so this is great, because of course Myrna Lim, me and Jennifer, we have of course our own way to express this and to make action, but of course this is the first episode of real cooperation. So we are very, very, I think it's the first time,
Yes.
really, first time in Beivac this, and also to inaugurate this wonderful studio. Sorry, unfortunately there is not the scenario in the backstage, because unfortunately was some bad episode happened yesterday, I think, that somebody stole some equipment, but everything is fine anyway. So really I don't know what going on with with the time, so we will continue until the camera, now there is a red light with the camera, so is working, so when will be the green light, I think the show will be finished. So I have to say that we work hardly, the three of us, and so as Myrna said, is a mission, you know, is a mission, because this is the best way to make an action, you know. Some person belonged to the Biblioteca Alexandrina in Egypt years ago. She means Madame Mohiba Abdel Salam's sister of the famous movie director Shadi Abdel Salam. She said, I am directly involved with the Biblioteca Alexandrina, so my mission is means Biblioteca Alexandrina, and in fact Biblioteca Alexandrina means make a lot of big event with Dr. Ismail Serageldin, of course, but we are in the same page in English, maybe, okay? So, I don't know what I have to do, because nobody here stopped the show, and we continue, maybe it's possible to call somebody, because I think we have, yes, so now, okay. So thank you so much for your kind attention, and stay in touch, stay tuned on San Francisco Commons. You can see the website, so you will find the three of us. Thank you so much immensely. Thank you. Bye.